Everyone from Leo DiCaprio to Barbra Streisand, love her. From Cher to Harry Styles and everyone in between. Some stories are funny, some are jaw droppers, some are maybe even a little bit heartwarming. You decide.
That pretty much sums up the book. Kathy Griffin does not hold back her opinions. She has a lot to say about a lot of people in Hollywood in her new book, Kathy Griffin's Celebrity Run-Ins, My A to Z Index.
Kathy, I love that Christina, we had to go with Xtina because I was wondering how you were going to do the X
I was worried about the X's,
Yes.
and so because it's an actual index. So I would prefer people read it beginning to end, but if you want to just go right to Cher, I understand. If you want to go to Cal Penn from Harold and Kumar, who actually saved my dog Larry, and I've never met him, but he saved my dog, and then we tweeted the dog back to my house. So
I love that it's alphabetical.
I guess I'm Harold in that scenario. But yeah, I wrote the book because over the years I've like turned into that person that's almost worked with everybody or met everybody, and a lot of these stories just aren't right for my act. They're just either too short or not appropriate for some reason. But I cover 120 names in there. So like we were talking about Gloria Vanderbilt earlier.
I loved that story. What did you say right when you met her solo?
Okay, so I walk into Gloria Vanderbilt's house. Anderson Cooper's mother, if you don't know that, Anderson Cooper's mother.
Who's your bud?
My bud, my New Year's Eve bud. And we'll be back this New Year's Eve, don't worry. And so what I usually like to do is I try to go to his mom's house and get some dirt on him because obviously she knows all the secrets. So the first time I walked into the legendary Gloria Vanderbilt's apartment, I just walked in and said, where are the jeans? And this is what I've learned about people that have a long life, a lot of achievements, very wealthy. She was like, what jeans? I go, the Gloria Van. She's like, oh, I don't think I have any. So I don't know how that happened, but I have a bucket list for myself, which is somehow I'll get a pair like on eBay, and then I'll have them like stuffed and framed in lucite, and then you walk in and you just see the jeans in your face with the butt out.
I think you need to wear them New Year's Eve with Anderson.
Great idea, right? All right, I'm on the, okay, America and Norway or whoever watches New Year's, somebody find me those jeans in a size 2.
I love in the book that you'll call out celebrities that try to be nice to you so that you won't talk about them. Tell me about Alec Baldwin.
You mean the Baldy preemptive strike? All right, so one of the fun things about writing this book is I write about a lot of people like Xtina, because I couldn't have an X, so she's Christina Aguilera, where like at the beginning of my career, I was hosting the Billboard Music Awards. Christina was like 17 or something, and you know, she was a teenage girl, newly famous, and as I love to say, there's nothing more insufferable than the newly famous. And so she just didn't think any of my jokes were funny, and she just was like, you know, sort of nose in the air. And now it's sort of delightful. Like when I run into her, she's got kids now. She finally gets like, oh, she's just a comedian. Like Kathy's not really taking anyone down. And so that's sort of a very gratifying thing about doing it this long. They're not all fans. You know, you mentioned Taylor Swift in the bumper. I would say that I'm not officially in the squad. I am scared of the squad. I feel that little
You're
Lord.
not scared.
No, I'm scared of that Lord. That little Lord with that emo makeup. And who knows if she's got a dark side with a shank. And then Gomez comes in and I'm like, Selena. And she's like, oh, I'm broken. You know, it's a lot to think about. And then Taylor Swift looks like one of those lean and mean chicks. You know what I mean? Where she's probably got like a jiu-jitsu move, but still it's a cat eyeliner. So yes, the last time I saw Taylor Swift, I was, of course, trying to make her laugh to no avail. And it was one of these events where they have people stand up and like wave. So they're like, Taylor Swift is here. So she waves and she's gorgeous and perfect. And, you know, everyone's going like this. And then they go with the comedian, Kathy Griffin. So I stand up and I looked at her and I go like this.
Did you? That did not go over well.
So she goes like this. Like she thinks I'm talking, you know, and then I thought she would think it was funny. She did not. At this time, maybe in the future, she is going to thank me.
Well, it does come around because the Renee Zellweger chapter we're talking about, you called her a puffy cocor.
A sweaty puffy cocor.
Sweaty, I love it. You forgot the sweaty.
Thanks.
And then she got it. She got the joke, and you guys are now friends.
Well, 10 years later. First of all, which, by the way, I will wait it out. I will, Oprah has not thanked me yet for making her a star, but someday she will realize that my loving jokes and adorable impression of her made her somehow go to the next level, as they say in show business. But she just doesn't realize it at this moment. But yeah, wait, who were we talking about?
Renee.
Okay, so when I was doing an interview with People magazine back in the day, like when in the 90s when I was on Suddenly Susan, I didn't really have a sense of like interviews that stick and don't. So I didn't realize at that time how many people read People. And so they were like doing a rapid fire and they're like, Renee Zellweger, I don't know, sweaty puffy cocor. So then she sent me a basket of flowers that scared me because I thought there's going to be anthrax somewhere in one of the tulips. And yet it just said best wishes, which I found out later is Southern for FU.
Yeah, it's a bless her heart.
Yeah, and then bless her heart. And then sure enough, about 2 years ago, I was, just so you know, my dirty secret is the way I even know these A-listers is they all loathe me for obvious reasons, but they all need somebody to host their charity event for free. So that's the only time they call. So sure enough, I was doing a charity event for the Painted Turtle, which was Paul Newman's charity, and now taken over by Jack Nicholson and Danny DeVito. And Zellweger was there, and I had only run into her once since the infamous joke like 10 years ago. And they said, you're sharing a room with Renee Zellweger. And it was just one of those things where I just looked at her, tried to make her laugh. She burst out laughing. By the end of the day, she was helping me zip up my dress, and we've been pals ever since.
What did you say that initially? When you walk in, are you nervous, first of all?
Yes.
No. Okay.
But here's what I do. I do the wrong thing. Like, instead of going up to her and saying, hey, I hope that joke from all these, I hope we're beyond that. I'm just like, what's up, chubby? And then, hey, she's obviously very, very trim when she's not Bridget Jones. She's extremely fit. And so she laughed. And that's one of the things I actually love. I don't mind, though, an occasional celebrity who wants to kill me because it gives me my street cred.
We'll talk Jon Hamm.
Oh, that D-bag.
Right? Jon
Okay,
Hamm.
now look. No, I have known Hammy since he was a doctor on Lifetime. And, you know, he wasn't always Don Draper, although he was clearly playing himself in that role. No, my Jon Hamm story, you know, I just like to go against the grid sometimes. It's like, I like to think I'm on the forefront. For example, when everyone, you know, thought the Kardashians were real, I took care of that. You know, although they are multiplying. I'm just saying they are multiplying and they're growing right now.